I'm sitting in my van outside of one of my favorite thrift haunts. I don't come here terribly often, but it's a charity shop run by an outreach ministry, which means that the prices are very good. And I thought today's video, I would take you along on just a typical thrift hunting trip and show you how I approach it, what I look for, and how I source and spot the gems, the hidden gems. So let's get in there and see what they've got for us today. So you walk into a thrift store, and I like to just look at the whole big picture first of all, look at all the different sections that there are. Ooh, sometimes that's really cute for my daughter, but I'm not here to look for kids' clothes today, so I'm going to walk over to where the adult clothes are. It can feel really overwhelming when you first walk in. So I like to divide it into sections. Like, first I'll look at all the pants, then I'll look at all the jackets, then I'll look at all the shirts, by divide it by clothes categories. Now today I'm not looking for anything in particular really, but I do have a list in the back of my head of things that I would really like to have, and I'm always sort of keeping my eyes peeled for those things, and I'll go more into that in another video about, like, how do you even know what you want or what you should be getting as far as clothes? That's a whole other conversation. But today I'm just going to show you what it's like to just walk into a store, a thrift store. Okay, so first we're going to talk about fabric. So I'm looking at all the jackets here, and I stop here because I can tell right away that this is a really nice velvet. Okay, it's a Liz Claiborne, some older vintagey version of Liz Claiborne, and it's 100% cotton velvet, which is, it's very nice, and it has a beautiful lining, and it has these really neat pockets and some cool, I don't know my tailoring terms, but it has some cool tailoring to it. And then right next to it is this little jacket from Ann Taylor, which is very nice, and I checked the tag, and it's actually 98% wool, which is great. So when I go shopping for fabrics, I like to look for wool, cotton, cashmere, basically all natural fibers, and steer clear of synthetics, not out of any kind of snobbery really, but just because the natural ones hold up better. Like, for example, this shirt is really nice, but it's got quite a lot of elastic in it. I was a hard time showing you all these tags here, but it has quite a bit of elastic, so I didn't even want to try it on, because with a white shirt, I just want it to be cotton. But if something is like 98% of a natural fiber like cotton or wool, and then 2% elastine, I think that's fine. Anything more than 2%, in my experience, the clothes will bag and sag and not age as well. Like, this shirt is some kind of it's really a pretty pattern, but it's a completely synthetic material, so I just pass it right by. But then, of course, there's something like this. Okay, so this is such an interesting sweater. I love these bright blue stripes. It's got these really cool buttons. It's obviously quite vintage. I mean, like, nobody's making stuff with buttons like this these days. It is 100% acrylic, some brand I've never heard of. If I was a young 20-something, I would have snapped that up and worn it all the time. That's the kind of stuff that I wore, and I still think it's really cute. And spoiler alert, I did not buy it, but I'm still like, oh, I kind of wish I had bought that sweater just because it's so cute. I could imagine my daughter wearing it. I just feel like I'm too old for it now. I mean, I don't know. Jean jackets. Okay, that one had way too much stretch to it. If I'm going to buy jeans, again, I want them to be at least 98% cotton jean jacket or pants. All these other things here were just kind of like nothing. See, I kept I kept returning to the sweater. This would just be such a fun little look, but I just don't have, I have got too many cardigans already, and I'm going to leave it. I'm just going to leave it for somebody else to treasure hunt. Like I said, it's acrylic and it's showing its wear. Like, this is what acrylic does as it ages in the wash. It just, gets a little pilling and starts to look pretty rough, but for some reason the bright blue stripes and the buttons are just making me not care as much about that. But then something like this, it's faded, it's a blend, it's already looking really tired. Of course, when you go to these thrift stores, it's very much hit or miss. Yeah, see how I'm like pulling it and it's stretching? It's just not going to hold up. 100% cotton denim, on the other hand, will hold up really, really well. Now these, it has kind of cute buttons. They're not just like plain plastic, but it's a total synthetic, and I know it's just not gonna age well. Lots and lots of synthetic fibers. I guess the plus side of there being lots of synthetic fibers is that when you do see something that is a natural fiber, it really stands out. You're like, right away, you're like, ooh, like I could tell right away that this was at least a wool blend. And then when I checked the tag, it was actually 98% wool, which is really, really good. I opened it up to see the lining inside, and it also had a really nice lining. Sometimes the bottom of a lining is not sewn in, but this one is. The way it was for a minute, I thought maybe it was just hanging straight down, which I can't stand that. That's just not the greatest quality lining, but this one was sewn in all the way around, so that's definitely something to look for. I don't need a blazer right now, and I tend to try to not wear black, so I'm going to put this back, but it's a fairly good quality piece. Now, this Liz Claiborne velvet blazer, I love this. I almost bought it. Again, I didn't buy it because I'm trying not to wear black. It's just too harsh on me, in my opinion. But even the button is velvet covered, which is kind of cool. And then it has it has some sort of like boning effect on the front. Okay, I moved over to the jeans. Jeans, I will just flip through, and I can tell from the feel if it's 100% cotton or it very nearly. And anything that feels real stretchy, I just won't even look at it, because as comfortable as those can be, and they can look really nice, like at first, they just don't last, in my opinion. And I'd rather have denim that ages beautifully, because that's one of the perks of buying jeans thrifted and just having any kind of denim at all, even if you don't buy it thrifted, is the way that it breaks in and ages. I mean, that's the fun of denim. So the high elastine count really takes that joy away. Even though, pro tip, if you have 100% cotton jeans like I do, don't put them in the dryer. Hang them to dry on a drying rack, and they won't shrink up on you like they will in the dryer and make you feel fat for 3 weeks while you're stretching them back out. Just take them right out of the washing machine and hang them to dry. All right, then I went and looked at the shirts. This is an American Eagle shirt. Sometimes American Eagle can have surprisingly good quality. This particular one is just too much of a blend, and you can see the fabric is pilling and just looking kind of thin, not aging well. I'm sorry, my fingers are in front of the camera here. It was really awkward trying to get these shots. So a lot of thrift stores, these more and more, even the charity shops I've noticed, are organizing things by color, which I think is really helpful. It's nice of them, and it's probably an easy way to organize if you're not going to mess around with the sizes. You can just quickly. Now, this was a nice shirt. This was 100% cotton, and it felt like a really nice quality. I liked it quite a bit. If I had needed or wanted a shirt like this, I think I would have picked it up. It was worth it. But see how that's just going to wash and get soft and look really nice as it ages, because it is 100% cotton. It makes such a big difference. Whereas this one, this is just a blend. Like, it's already sort of just they sort of like melt into a puddle. I feel like these clothes do, like that with a lot of synthetic fibers in them. I liked this as well. This little mud jacket. It was really cute. I love stuff like this. I kind of regret not buying it as well. Another thing about thrifting that I have noticed, and I would love to know if any of you feel the same, if you're not really in the mood to buy, which to me is somewhat mystical sometimes, like some days I'm just like, I am in the mood to go shopping and find something, and then find something I do. And then other days, like this day, I just wanted to go in and look and see what they had, just to kind of illustrate to you all how I shop, and I wasn't really feeling like buying anything, even though there were some really cute things. I just I just didn't feel I just didn't buy them. I left them behind. So some of it depends on your mood as well. Well, I decided to also go to my local Goodwill because I didn't find a whole lot at that store today. It's really hit or miss. Sometimes you find a treasure and sometimes there's a lot of sifting. Anyway, let's go into Goodwill now. So here we are at my local Goodwill. Goodwill, I take the same approach. I like to just do a lap around the store, get a bird's eye view of what's going on, and then I'll go back if something caught my eye. Now, if your Goodwills near you are anything like the ones near me, they are enormous and it can feel quite overwhelming, which again, something I'd love to get into with you in another video is how to go into these stores and not just feel like I can't even. You have to have a list of things that you're looking for, and you have to really know, you really just have to know what it is that you want, and then things will jump out at you. If you go in without much of a plan, it's not very much fun. So just kind of walking around and looking at everything. And then I decided to go look at the jeans first. I think jeans are one of my favorite things to buy thrifted because when you find 100% cotton, already broken in, aged jeans at a thrift store, it can be really great if you can find a pair that fits you. So I have learned to feel denim with my fingertips and just know at a glance if it's 100% cotton or not. Unfortunately, these days, many jeans have this huge blend of elastic in them. So I try, like I said, I tend to steer clear of that. These are neat pants, but the fabric is just, no, they're not, they need to be wool. Okay, so here's all the jeans. I love looking at all these different colors. I do not really like the heavily distressed, with like the wrinkle lines on the front, and the French call those like mustache pants because they look like you have mustaches going down the front of your legs. So I try to find the ones that are a little more genuine. Levi's are usually good. Look for the rivets, of course. Anything with those nice rivets is usually sturdier. It's very hit or miss with jeans, as I'm sure you all know. But jeans are a great foundation in any wardrobe, and they can be appropriate in so many different occasions. I was reading Parisian Chic by Inès de la Fressange last night, and she was saying jeans are appropriate for almost any occasion. They're a little bit like salt, and I thought, yeah, that's a good way to think of jeans. Like, they can be dressed up, they can be dressed down, and they can make you feel so good. I decided to take a look at the rest of the pants. Those gingham ones caught my eye because, again, the fabric, when I'm going through such a packed, crowded aisle like this, the fabric just will jump out at me, the quality fabric. So if you learn to spot cotton and other natural fibers, then with practice, they'll just start jumping out at you. And it still might not be something you want, but it'll be better quality than the things around it. Like I saw this right away. This is a sweatshirt from Banana Republic. It's all cotton. It's really nice. I don't think I look very good in these kind of narrow stripes though, so I put it back. And then these sweaters, there was a whole bunch of them. Some store must have given them to Goodwill. And at first I thought they were like those ugly Christmas sweaters that everyone sells. But then I looked at them closer. They're actually all 100% cotton, which, for this kind of Fair Isle sweater is sort of doesn't make any sense because I tend to associate them with, you want to be really, really warm. But they were 100% cotton. They were quite a good deal. And they were in the women's section. I think they might have been actually men's sweaters, but, they just got categorized with the women's stuff. My sons and husband would not thank me, though, if I brought these home. So even though I think they're adorable and cotton and a pretty good quality, I will leave them here because I know that they will not enjoy them. So essentially my strategy for thrift stores is look first for a fabric that looks like it's going to be quality and then do some closer inspection. Is it really a natural fiber or close to it, like I maybe thought? And then after that, how is it constructed? Are the seams sturdy? Does it have a sewn-in lining? And how is the wear on the piece? And then if it's something with buttons, what kind of buttons does it have? Are they nice buttons? Are they those cheapy plastic buttons? So those are the things to look for essentially. You've got fabric, construction, which is seams, which you can turn the piece inside out and see how close the stitches are together, or if they have sewn the seams, what is that called, like serged the seams on the inside, or are they just hanging loose and that means it's going to fall apart. And buttons, you can tell if a button is nice or not. And so what did I say? Fabric, construction, buttons. And then, of course, do you like it? And is it something on your list, something that's going to make sense in the context of your wardrobe? This was a really cute J. Crew puffer vest. I'm a sucker for J. Crew at a thrift store. But it's black. I'm trying not to wear black. I don't need a puffer vest. So I just left it for somebody else to discover. And that is fine. Again, this is a Land's End shirt. Quite vintagey. It's like all acrylic, but it looks so cozy and warm that, I wouldn't have minded. And it also had nice buttons. So the construction was good and the buttons are good. It's not a natural fiber, but I still would have picked this up if it was something that I needed. I do try, it's tempting, when things aren't, it's tempting to just buy things because they're neat and they're not that much money, but that's where having, a list of things that you want and knowing what your wardrobe is and how you like to dress, that is so key. And like I said, I'll be going into that in future videos, and in the digital product that I'm developing, I'm working on teaching you all about that. So I'm really excited for that. Stay tuned. It is almost done. And in the meantime, please, if you haven't already, download my Thrifted Luxury Quality Checklist. It's something you can keep on your phone and just refer to next time you're out at the thrift stores to decide if something's worth it or not. I think that's pretty cool. I love sparkly tops. That was Ann Taylor does a nice sequin sparkly top. I spot them a lot. I sort of think people buy them for New Year's and then donate them to the thrift store. But there's a way to wear sparkly tops that isn't just for New Year's. But that's something else we can talk about in another video as well. Oh, that's a cool teapot. There's always just the serendipity and the fun of thrifting. So I will leave you with that. Happy thrifting. I hope this was helpful. Please download my free guide and please be on the lookout for my digital product that'll be out soon. Take care. Bye for now.